I'm very active, always have been. I played on the first girls soccer team when I was in 5th grade and just enjoyed that feeling of aerobic exercise in particular. And just as I've aged, I've started biking. I love doing long distances on my bicycle, and I'm used to being active, riding my bike to work. I'm on my feet all day, 6-7 hours a day. I very rarely sit down. I was walking up a flight of stairs in my house. I have 13 stairs. I had a load of clothes in my arms and had an incredible amount of pain in my left arm. I felt nauseated, my face hurt, I felt dizzy, laid down on the ground, and I thought that I was just having like a cramp or something. And then it went away. My spouse took my pulse, checked my breathing, thought I felt fine, said, "Do I need to call 911?" I said, "No, I'm okay." Got up, we finished our conversation and felt completely fine for the next day or two. I went to go see my internist the next day. She had me pick up a chair in the office and asked me, "Does this recreate that pain?" And I said, "A little bit, yeah." And she said, "Well, that's not very much weight. Maybe you just have a pinched disc in your neck." But as I was leaving the office, she said, "I don't want to be overconfident. How about I have a friend at Piedmont. She might be able to see you today or tomorrow. Let me call her and see if she can see you. Will you go see her if you can get in?" And I said, "Sure." And so I drove myself to Dr. Klinich's office on Friday. She said, "There's nothing about this that makes me worried. I think everything's fine." And then she asked me about my family history, and I told her that my father died when he was 46 of a pulmonary embolus. And she stood up and said, "My goodness, maybe you're having a blood clot. Let's go get that checked out." After the CAT scan was over, I was sitting and waiting, and the radiologist came in and said, "What is your spouse's name and phone number?" She said, "Well, I'd really like to talk to someone while I'm talking to you because we don't have much time. You have a 98% blockage in your lower aorta, and we're going to admit you to the hospital in a few minutes, and I need to get consent. And I don't want you to get up and move or do anything." She said, it's too unstable right now to do surgery. We need to kind of calm this down a little bit before you have a major heart attack. Dr. Klinich's plan was to treat me with heparin over the weekend, let things calm down and get stable, and then put a stent in on Monday. I'm really glad that I paid attention, and I think when it began, I was worried that I was going to be, sort of calling wolf in some way. Like, it didn't seem bad enough to go to the emergency room. It didn't seem bad enough to really even call my doctor. I didn't have a heart attack, and that's the good news. I stopped this probably, 3 hours before I had a heart attack. So I have absolutely no heart damage. My heart is completely the same as it was before I had the stent put in. I didn't really miss a beat. My heart is completely as strong as it was before, and I'm very, very thankful. And I think because Piedmont made a quick decision, they didn't wait, they didn't put me off. She agreed to see me. She listened. It kept me from having any heart damage.